Welcome to the 2021 PSA User Conference. My name is Jennifer Bricky and I'm one of the Can-Am trainers for Proven Job Management and Proven Smart Tech Mobile. In today's production track session, Proactive Communication, we'll be focusing on two new exciting features now available in Proven Job Management. These new features include the addition of an HTML editing tool, allowing users the ability to add rich text to job notes and log note templates, and the addition of creating to-dos or tasks, allowing users the ability to create and assign to-dos to oneself or other team members to complete. The to-do feature works in tandem with our already established job notes, and to easily review and manage these assigned to-dos, a new tab called Notes has also been added to the Control Center. Before we begin, there's a few housekeeping issues to review. All attendees will be muted during the session to cut down on any background noise and/or interference. We also recommend that all attendees turn off their web cameras. This session will be recorded and will be made available once the conference concludes via Dropbox. Questions related to today's session topic can be entered into the chat box during the session at any time and will be reviewed and answered at the end of the session. Or if you have other questions unrelated to today's session topic, they can be sent directly to our support department at support@canamsys.com. Our agenda today will include the following items: review of the HTML editing tool available on job notes and log note templates, review of company settings required for the to-do feature, review of role security required for to-dos, how to create and assign to-dos from the job level and from the jobs menu, managing your to-dos from the new Control Center tab, and finally, how to complete an assigned to-do. We will start off with the HTML editing tool now available on job notes and log note templates. This editing tool will allow the user to add rich text to their job notes or templates. Within the note, we now have an editing toolbar with buttons. We have the basic editing buttons: cut, copy, paste, paste with plain text, paste from Word, undo and redo. We can add a link to selected text or anchor and link text within the job note or template. We can insert images from a URL address, insert tables, lines, and special characters. The job note can also be expanded to full screen view to allow for easy access and editing. We can select basic text styles and font effects, including bold, italic, and strike through. If you want to remove any text formatting previously applied to the note, we can select the applicable text with our cursor and click the Remove Format button. We can insert numbered or bulleted lists. We can select a style and/or format that can be applied to paragraphs or to a selection of text. We can select the font and font size. And finally, we can select a text color or background color. From here, we're going to go ahead and navigate into our PGM database and take a look at a live demonstration. From the main menu, I'm going to go ahead and select a job and open the job by clicking the Edit button. Once I'm within the job, I'm going to go ahead and navigate to the Notes tab and click the Create button to create a new note. You'll notice again within the note we have the editing toolbar buttons, allowing us to add format to our notes. For today's demonstration, I'm going to use a log note template where I've built some of the formatting already within the note. Once the template's loaded, we're going to see that I have an logo added to the note. Below that, we have the job name and address pulling in, as well as the job number and the claim number. And on the claim number and the job number, I have the note fields bolded, italicized, and colored in blue. Below that, we have the body of the letter itself. And within the body, we have a table with the estimator details. with the estimator name, phone number, and email address. Now, if I needed to format any of these fields further, I can go in and edit the table properties. Within here, I can manage my border style or size. Right now I have it set to 0, so there is no border. But if I set to 1, I can have a border. I can also add a caption to the table if needed. And I can also format the width of my columns. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK because I did make some changes here. So you'll notice that I now have an outline to my table and I have a caption on the top. Below that, I have a link set to some text here. So this links me to my Twitter. And again, to view the link, I'm going to go ahead and use the link button. Below that, I've inserted a line using my line button here. Below that, I have some text that's highlighted, bolded, and italicized. I have a bulleted list below. And again, another line and bolded and italicized header and some bulleted items below. Now, when I email this out to my email recipient, they're going to go ahead and receive an email, which is going to look like this. You can see that my logo is in the top, just like my template. If I hover over the logo, I can see a link to the website. Below that, again, I can see my formatting on my claim number and job number, my table. If I hover over my email address here, I can mail to Evelyn. You can see my Twitter here, and if I hover over again, I can see that link to my Twitter account. The line that was inserted, bold and italicized, bullets. From here, we're going to go ahead and navigate back to our presentation. We'll review our next feature, the to-dos. The to-do feature allows us to assign to-dos or tasks to ourselves or team members to complete. Within the note itself, again, we have the ability to select the topic of to-do, which will trigger other fields to populate on the note itself. These fields include the priority, high, medium, low, the assigned to, the individual responsible for completing the to-do, the due date, the date in which the to-do is due, the reminder. With the reminder feature, it will send out an email notification to the assigned to employee, letting them know that they still need to complete their assigned to-do. And finally, we have the completed checkbox. So once the assigned to employee completes the task and replies, they also have the ability to mark the to-do completed. Now, before we start using the to-do feature, we do need to review the company settings and role security required. So we're going to go ahead and navigate back to our database. From the main menu, we're going to go ahead and navigate to the settings menu, company settings. And again, these settings need to be accessed by an administrator or by an individual that has the security to the company settings menu. Within company settings, we're going to go down to our relationships. We have a new field added to the relationship area called default to-do topic. Now, everyone's database will be set to the topic of to-do, but if you choose, you do have the ability to have the to-do feature linked to another topic. Our best recommendation would be to remain with the defaulted topic of to-do. While we're in the company settings, the administrator will also need to decide if the topic of to-do and those corresponding notes, if we want them to be visible from the mobile application. So within the same area of relationships, we're going to go into the edit topics, and we're going to take a look at the to-do topic. We're going to click the edit button to open. And we need to decide if we want notes created with the topic of to-do, do we want them to sync and be visible in the mobile application? If the answer is yes, we're going to go ahead and select the sync to mobile, and any notes created with the topic of to do will be visible from the mobile application. We'll also need to take a look at the role security. In order for the users to use the to-do feature, to reply back to it, or to edit and complete the to-do, they will need proper security. So from the main menu settings, roles, we'll go into the applicable role security by clicking the edit button. Within this area, we're going to go ahead and select relationships, logs, and for the to-do feature, currently, the user will need to have edit log rights. So we'll want to make sure that we check the checkbox and click our Save button. Now that we have our company settings and roles set up properly, we're going to go ahead and navigate back to the main menu, and we're going to open up a job to take a look at the to-do feature. Again, I'm going to click the Edit button to open the job, navigate to my Notes tab, and click my Create button to create a note. Within the note, I'm going to go ahead and select my topic of to-do, which is going to trigger the to-do fields to populate. Again, we're seeing the priority assigned to due date, reminder, and completed. And for demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and select a log note template that I've already built. In this particular template, I have it pulling in some text here, and I'm also having it pull in the relationship information in regards to the insurance office and the adjuster that's assigned, as well as their corresponding email. From here, I'm going to go ahead and assign my priority, assign it to my employee, select a due date. Within the due date, you do have the ability to manipulate not only the day, but the time, depending upon how your company settings is set up in regards to the business hours for the company. The to-do due date will default to the current date and ending time. But I do have the ability to manipulate and change the hour as well as the minute by using the slider bar. I can select a reminder. Now by selecting a reminder, it's going to send an email notification at the reminder timeline to the assigned to employee, indicating that they still need to complete their to-do. Once I'm happy with my selections, I'm going to go ahead and click my Save button, and my to-do has been successfully created. To-dos can also be created from the main menu. They do not necessarily need to be created at the job level. To demonstrate that, we're going to go ahead and navigate back to the main menu, and I'm just clicking the logo in the upper left-hand corner to get us back home. I'm going to navigate over to my Jobs menu, and I'm going to go down to Add Note /To-Do. This feature will allow you to add a job note to the job without physically having to edit and open the job. Since the system captures the last job that I was currently on, it's going to default to that job for me automatically. If I need to email or add a note to a different job, I can simply choose the X here to remove the job and select a new job from the drop-down list. From here, again, I can select my topic of to-do, which is going to populate my to-do fields, allowing me again to add the priority assigned to, due date reminder, and the completed checkbox. From here, again, I can use a template, or I can add my own text and format the text if need be, and click the Save button. Now this note, even though we're not at the job level, will be saved to the job. Now when our email recipient or our assigned to employee receives their reminder notification, they are going to receive a notification in the subject line of to do. They'll see the subject that was used on the note, and they'll also see the due date of when the to-do needs to be completed by. And again, we'll see the templated items. We can see the job number, job name, address, and we're seeing the note as well as the insurance office adjuster and email address associated to the adjuster. Now, if the user assigning the to-do has an email signature set up in their user settings, we'll see below that email signature that the system automatically applies to any email notification. From here, we're going to go ahead and navigate over to the Control Center to view and manage our assigned to-dos. So again, from the main menu, Jobs in Control Center. Here we have a new Notes tab recently added. On our Notes tab from the Control Center, not only are we going to see our to-dos, but we're also going to see any job notes for any open jobs. So again, we don't necessarily need to navigate to the job to view the notes on a particular job. In each one of our columns, we have searchable fields allowing you to filter and search by any of the column criteria. In this particular case, we want to see the to-dos. If I wanted to see all to-dos in the system, I can enter to-do in the topic search criteria box. And if I want to see to-dos for a specific individual, I can then add or enter the employee name. So in this case, I have 5 to-dos assigned to complete, and they're all in various stages or statuses. We can see a complete status of when the to-do has been completed, a past due if the to-do has not been completed within the due date, and then we have incomplete for to-dos that are still active and not necessarily past due. We can complete to-dos here from the Control Center, or we can complete them at the job level. Within the Control Center, I'm going to go ahead and click the Edit button to open the note. Within the note, we're going to see the original request. And below that, we have a new box, which will allow the assigned to employee to respond or reply back to and update the to-do. So in this case, I can simply say done, photos sent, and check my checkbox to complete the to-do. Clicking save to update my to-do. We're going to see that the status of the to-do has been updated to complete. And if I go back into my to-do, we can see that the to-do is already completed and there's nothing else to complete on the to-do itself. Now, if I need to see the audit trail, I can see that it was replied by this employee. And I can also see when it was created, who it was created by, when it was updated, and who replied to the to-do. Going back to list out to our Control Center notes. Now, if we simply just need to see the note detail, we don't necessarily need to click the Edit button to open and view the note. We can simply click on the link here, and it will expand the note for us. And if we need to go in further to complete the to-do, again, simply clicking the Edit button. The to-do feature can be completed again at the job level. So I'm going to click my quick link to take me back into the job itself, going to the Notes tab. And I can go directly to the note within the job itself. Again, I can filter and search for to-do by topic. And I can always add my name as well to see the to-dos that are assigned specifically to me. Again, if I want to view the note or the to-do, I can simply click on it without having to open. And to complete the to-do, clicking the Edit button to open, replying, checking my checkbox, and saving. Again, going back into my to-do, I can see that it's been completed, my reply being captured, and who replied. That does conclude our session for today on our new HTML editing tool, as well as our to-do feature. I will now open up the floor for any questions. Please enter your questions into the chat box.